Contact KY3 investigates a new law that aims to reduce the risk of lead poisoning in children will also make your home remodeling projects more expensive. While some say the law is necessary for your health and safety, others say it couldn't have come at a worse time. Contact KY3's Cara Restelli here to explain now.
Yeah, Lisa, if your home was built before 1978 and you plan to hire someone for a remodeling project, big or small, this new law applies to you. Looking at a spring remodeling project? Be careful who you hire. Beginning April 22nd, if your home was built before 1978, you'll have to hire a contractor who is certified to work in a lead-safe environment.
About a third of all renovation projects are going to be affected by this.
The Environmental Protection Agency is enforcing the law that requires contractors that disturb lead-based paint in homes built before 1978 to follow specific work practices to prevent lead contamination.
This would need to be fully contained.
When you have lead-based paint in a house, that can start to break down and create a fine dust over the house that you may not otherwise see.
That dust can cause ill health effects, especially in children. Symptoms of lead poisoning include learning disabilities, behavioral problems, hearing loss, and even organ failure.
Anything that we can put in place that would protect children from possible negative side effects of something like lead, I think it's a great idea.
But some contractors are more hesitant, pointing to statistics that show that lead poisoning has all but disappeared in some communities. In fact, in Greene County in 2009, more than 1,900 children were tested, and just 21 had elevated levels of lead.
I teach the class to the guys that are being affected by it. Generally, they're thinking it's overkill.
Let's put one more stud in right here.
While home remodeler Adrian Rhoads says he supports any legislation that makes his workers and customers safer,
But do it pretty carefully.
he is concerned that it could turn away potential customers.
We're going to have an increased equipment cost, increased material cost, as well as increased time on a project.
It is going to be additional costs coming at a time when a lot of people don't have additional monies.
Does that make sense? Okay.
On a large project, those additional costs are a drop in the bucket. But on smaller projects, remodelers say it can have a real impact.
If you're wanting to do one window replacement in your home that got broke that needs to be replaced, it's going to be very expensive. On top of that, it's going to probably double the cost of putting in a new window.
All right, here we go.
Many contractors spending the time and money to become certified to follow lead-safe practices are also worried the added costs will force customers to turn to shady contractors willing to break the law.
Some other people are not going to get certified. They're going to continue to do the work incorrectly.
Take a look and let's double check on that.
While they say there are some downsides to the new law, many remodelers agree that with time, their businesses, employees, and customers will be better off.
I think you talk to one person who's experienced the effects of lead poisoning, and then they would say, well, had I known this, or had we done the preventive measures, it wouldn't have been there.
Contractors have the option to do a lead test first, and if negative, they don't have to follow the lead-safe procedures. Now, there's a lot to this law, which is why we're holding a special call-in expert on March 24th to answer your specific questions. It'll be from 5 to 6:30, and we'll have more details as it gets closer. In the meantime, we've provided links to information, as always, on KY3.com that includes how to find a certified contractor.
Okay, so what happens if the homeowner hires someone who's not certified?
Well, technically, the homeowner is breaking the law, but the good news for them is it's the contractor who's held responsible. They face penalties up to $32,000 per violation and possible imprisonment, so EPA is taking this seriously.
Wow, and I think some remodelers would be too. So what if you can just do that work on your own?
It doesn't apply to you. If you want to do the work on your own, you're fine, you're good to go. You don't need to be certified. This law only applies when you're paying someone to do the work for you.
Okay, well, it's nice to know. I don't know about nice to know, but we need to know.
Yes.
Thanks, Cara.